elevator.
We're in a cavern.
That'd be nice, right?
Cave with no name.
Cave with no name.
Cave with no name. Look at that. Yeah, see, I don't work all the time. Got to get out once in a while and do some few good things here.
Alright, so the light that's coming in there, that's the original entrance to the cave. So the only way down here is by a rope. You can imagine that.
Is that where the little goat fell?
Yep. There are a lot of animals that fell down this hole. Paleontologists have worked in this area. They found the bones of animals that don't live here anymore, like buffalo and bear. They also found wolf, wild cats, and other prehistoric creatures. Some animals survived the fall and made their way to the bottom, but because of the lack of food, that's where they died. But we don't find any evidence of people living in here, though. Native Americans probably looked down the hole and thought, this is not a good idea. Move on. Yeah, you'll get a nice view of it. It's right coming down here.
The entrance to the cave was right there. We're told not to touch anything because this is a living cave.
It's a cave kiss, it's good luck.
Is it? Well, I got several kisses there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right here's where the moonshiners set up their still. You could tell they used a lot of wood to cook their stuff because of all the soot damage on the ceiling here. But these guys weren't terribly adventurous, they just wanted to stay here. So the first people to go down past this point were the kids. They went this way. There's a tiny step right here, so watch out for that.
Choice of commentator.
So when the kids got around to this point, they didn't have the stairs to take them the rest of the way down, so they had to free climb right down through here to get to the bottom and up. So down to the bottom, up to the surface, 80 vertical feet, 66 degrees high humidity down here. Near the end, we're going to decline a little bit more, but it'll be nice and gradual, so we won't have to deal with any more stairs after this. But this last bit of stairs is a little narrow, so remember not to touch the formations, and watch your head right down here on the bottom. There's an overhang there.
It's a living cave, so I can't even touch
We're at the bottom.
that
Is there anyone else?
because then it won't grow anymore.
I was just talking, seeing if anyone else showed up. All right, so when the kids got to the bottom here, the hole that we're going to walk through did not exist. It was also blasted out by dynamite, so we could have easier access to the cave. The initial stairwell on this part were one of the only blast sites. Everything else is natural, like this hole on the right here. And that's what the kids crawled through to get to the other side. When they found that it was filled with rocks and dirt and stuff, they had to remove that, but they felt a little wind coming through, so they knew something was over there. We're going to find out what that was.
You have to go there?
Well, we're not going to go that way. We're going to go that way.
I'm not going that way.
Nah, there's a tiny little hole on the other side.
Okay.
You have to army crawl to get out. But, are there any other questions before we go? All right.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Pretty
Already
awesome is
look at
right.
those.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite places, just looking up.
Cave with no name.
Yeah. So for the next 15 feet, ground's muddy, so just watch your steps. Ceiling is 4.5 feet high, so duck low. After that, smooth sailing.
Okay.
Okay, follow the leader here. Glad I changed my shoes.
Ah. Duck. Duck. Go duck.
Wow. Holy cow.
It's slick right here. It's slick.
That's pretty amazing. All this was underground.
Oh yeah.
Nobody knew it.
Anybody else?
Nope.
All this was underground. All you could see was that hole up there from before. Wow.
Actually, it was capped with a rock.
Yeah, capped with a rock, and there was steam coming out of it. Somebody saw
Right
it.
over here, this tiny little hole, that's where the kids emerged from to get in here.
Oh my gosh.
first time that they explored this cave, they went in that direction, heard a sound about spooked and hightailed it out of here. Second time they went in the other direction, back to a creek about a fourth of a mile that way.
A creek?
Both ways. This cave was carved out from an offshoot of the Guadalupe River, which is nearby here. Water flowed out in that direction and exited, but over time the exit got blocked off. This became an underground lake for a time. Then water made a new path out and left this place high and dry. Scientists say that happened 150,000 years ago, which is the same time that these large formations started growing from the bottom up. Yeah. Now with all these formations, they're kind of similar with most caves. This rock is made of limestone, which has a lot of bones and fossils of ancient sea creatures in it. Water from the surface seeps through here, picks up a couple things along the way. The main mineral that it picks up is in the limestone. It's called calcite, calcium carbonate. And then comes an open space like this, redeposits that calcite in crystal form and makes these formations.
So do you have functions down here? I see all the chairs down here.
We do. We hold concerts, weddings, church events.
Oh.
We have a big conference this weekend. You're going to be doing some things in here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll be going over to the left here first, and then we'll go in the other direction.
Okay.
Here you got some stalactites, or stalagmites.
Stalactites are the ones that hang down from the ceiling, and the stalagmites are the ones that come up from the bottom.
That's right. Let's see, right here's a bat. Little tiny thing there.
Oh.
That's called a tricolor bat. This is one of the smaller ones here in Texas. That's a full-grown adult. And it's about the size of your thumbnail.
There's a bat right there.
They're a solitary kind of bat. They don't like to be in large groups. So they're just sporadic, every one of them there. This section of the cave, you'll see a couple formations that are very prevalent in the cave. One of them is this thin white one here. That's called a soda straw. It's hollow in the middle. These form when the calcite, when it's crystallizing. Instead of crystallizing on the tip of the drop, it makes a ring around the drop, and lots of those create soda straws. If the calcite clogs up the middle, it creates these offshoots called helictites. Those can grow any direction, sideways, diagonal, straight up, loops and spirals, any way. Here's a lot of those helictites. Up there. And then these formations on the ground here, those are called curtains or draperies. These form when the calcite just leaves a trail when it's dripping across the wall, and water just keeps going over and over it again. Right over here is a very big, nice one. A little lack of drip on the tip of it. You can go right in front of it if you want.
So that's dripping right there,
It's dripping.
and then it's dripping down here, and then that's gonna make the stalagmite at the bottom, and then that's gonna start growing up.
So it's something
Wow,
that
look at
they-
that.
That's right, it's going to take a long time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll take-
Yeah.
This is where you can get super close to these ones here.
Yeah, so these are still.
When this cave first opened in 1939, a lot of people like to break these parts off for souvenirs. And so the white tips that you see, that's growth since the 1930s. That's about 75 years.
Wow. Just that little bit.
Yep.
Just that right there.
That's right.
That's 35.
Just this little tip right here, that's it.
Yeah,
35
so
years.
white's newest growth, orange and brown is older growth. And this one we call almost because it's almost a pillar. Or it's almost touching it. Has a tiny little gap up top there.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, this is very slick.
Yep, watch your step, watch your step.
These are, oh, there's shoes and having trouble.
That's okay. This room is where the river exited. A lot of people wonder if there's anything in either direction here. Over to my left, some people in the 1970s started digging over here. And they found that the cave floor is 14 feet below the mud floor, and there's nothing there. They made a big pile of dirt, that's about it. In the other direction, if you crawl on your belly for about 80 feet, you pop up in another room called standing room only. It's about as big as this area, about twice as tall. Just have to get through a lot of mud to get there.
Oh, you keep crawling that way?
That's right. And this room is also nicknamed the food court because there's lots of things in here that look like food.
Yeah, I hear something over here, and it's dripping right there.
Oh, here's the popcorn.
He's found the active drip.
I found the active drip. It's alive. Look at this.
There's a little bit over there. What you're almost in front of, there's some grapes that are right there.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yes, this is our grapes.
Pretty cool.
One of my favorite foods right here, bacon. Just a little drip strip there. And then up in this hole, let's see, I'll have to look at it up from this angle here. This little dessert, you have a 40 scoop ice cream cone right here.
All right.
It's all in there.
Did you get the popcorn?
Yeah, there's popcorn right here.
Popcorn.
Oh, popcorn.
Yep.
All right.
And then down at the bottom here, there's a little fried egg.
Ah, it is.
Man, just lots of food here.
I'm hungry.
Any questions so far?
What do you call this right here?
So that's also drapery there, but the light shining through it.
Yeah.
This one, you know, it's kind of
Wow.
smooth at the end. Is there, did somebody break it off or something?
Probably.
Yeah, probably that one up.
But that's recent.
Wow.
'Cause there's no,
Yeah, sometimes it.
Yeah, that probably went down pretty far, huh?
Yeah, it still
Somebody
has drips
someone
on it.
snapped it off.
Yeah, it still has drips, but draperies take a little bit longer because you have to go over a certain stretch.
Wow, all this was here. Wow. Look at that one.
Big ones there. So where did y'all drive in from?
Basil. Coming back up 8 stories. We're getting out of